What's up, everybody? Welcome into the What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Night in America podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Fogarty, and you guys, we got him. We got Jesse Abramowitz, everybody.
Hello.
Could be the first
Jesse.
and potentially last time that he's here, but we got him. So, Jesse, thanks for being here, and of course, my friend Matt is with us as well. I was going to say co-host, but maybe that's just a habit because you've been here the most out of everybody. So Matt, welcome back. And Jesse, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's been one of my lifelong aspirations to be on this podcast. I think you should use the original intro where you fucked up that you're going to edit out.
Yeah, I probably should. All right, maybe I will for the sake of transparency. As you guys know, we go through week 9, we review our previous week, go through the side hustles, and of course pick our games of the week for week 10 and who we think is going to win. So in no particular order, let's run through week 9's matchups. And as I'm looking at my iPad here, it leads with myself and Jesse. And hey man, this one was a pretty close one. I think if Patrick Mahomes would have literally made one more completion, I would have lost this game. I did not think that this was going to be this close, but yeah, they went into overtime.
Was it that close? What happened?
Yeah, so the Tennessee and Casey went into overtime, and there was like 7 different possessions in the final like 3 minutes of regular time, and then overtime they both, I know, traded like 3 different series, and so I mean it was a major sweat, actually. I actually stayed up and watched that whole game.
Damn.
I shouldn't have, but
Glad I didn't watch any of that because that would have sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the funnest like fantasy match of the day, that's for sure.
I thought I was like super toast. I didn't even check it again until I saw that I lost by like 2 points.
Yeah, it was very, very close. Yeah, 1.8 points total. I just felt like I got really lucky. And there was no bench bust on either one of our sides except for me not starting Justin Fields.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Still leaked out the W.
Yeah.
Oh, it was interesting of Jesse going with Gesicki over Hurst, though, I thought, and then playing both Chicago running backs.
Didn't Gesicki have like a big week the week before or something? Like, didn't he put up like 20? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to start that asshole next week. And then he like had a bagel.
Yeah, that might have been.
Yeah, and you were shifty with the Jets D 2 weeks ago, and it looks like you held on to them, but chose to bench him this time. There's a couple of different moves you could have made that would have won you that game, but you didn't. So
yeah,
I got lucky with that one. Cool.
That's all right.
Moving on. So Jesse moves to 6-3, and I move to 7-2, just barely eking out the dub. Next game, we got Aaron Baker versus Jason. Aaron takes it home 87 points to Jason's 63 points. Aaron moves to 6-3, and Jason moves to 3-6. The only thing, well, I shouldn't say the only thing, but a couple of things here. Jason actually, Mecole Hardman, having himself the last couple of weeks have been pretty good for him. And then Christian McCaffrey is out on bye. Not much he could do here, but Aaron wins it handily.
Jason started 2 inactive players too, but if you look on Jason's bench, there was nobody that he could have started that would have got him the win. You know, if he would have played the waiver wire, that would have been a different story. And Aaron benches Lazard again, so that's a running thing. And I got a feeling that he's not going to be doing that over Pittman anymore.
Jesse, you got anything on this game?
Wait, someone started 2 inactive players?
Well, somebody started 3, but Jason started 2.
We'll get to the guy who started 3 inactive players. I can't wait to show you the scores. All right, well, with that, Aaron moves to 6-3. Jason moves to 3-6. Next game, Phil versus Tony. I said this earlier, but Phil has 100% come online. Phil takes it home 155 to Tony's 94. Phil moves to 4-5 on the year, and Sweet Tony, moves to 1-8.
Tony is getting royally fucked on points against. I like looking at that. That's my favorite thing, is when somebody is just like, there's nothing they could have done. I don't even know what his points for is, but I saw that his points against was like equal to first or second place points.
Let me look at that quick. I'll pull that graphic up.
Yeah, and this was my game of the week too.
Yeah, he's in points against lead by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
1,066. Next place is Phil with 972. Good grab.
But I was watching this one closely because Tony had 20 points starting off the week with Goddard. And I was like, yes, Tony's going to beat Phil. And I needed that because now Phil and I are tied and Phil has the points for. And I'm fighting Jared this week and Phil is fighting Jason. So I got a feeling he's going to get ahead of me in record as well.
Yeah, and the touchdown
Not
regression
good.
for Mixon was ridiculous. That was the biggest day of his life. So
Yeah, I mean, he's got
153 for
Derrick
5.
Henry, Mixon, and Walker. Like, I think he's probably got the best running back core in the league.
If he had all those at the
Matt-
beginning of the year, he'd probably be in first place right now. Right? Because he picked up Walker like in week 5 or something like that.
Right.
Matt, like a week ago or something, you were looking to make a trade with me. Were you looking for receivers?
Yes.
Okay, I want to retroactively go back because I realize that I have like 3 on my bench that I would love to have started, but like they're all the same.
Yeah, we can look back at that. Sure. Let's talk about that after the podcast, maybe.
Yeah, maybe talk about that offline. All right.
Okay.
Congratulations, Phil. You moved to 4 and 5 on the year. Tony, you are still at 1 and 8 on a losing streak of 8. Next game, we got Brandon versus Matt McGregor. Matt takes it handily. Jesse, you had mentioned, laughing at somebody starting 2 inactive players. Well, Brandon started 3. Matt takes this one handily, moves to 4 and 5 in the year. Brandon moves to 2 and 7. Matt's scored 90 points to Brandon's measly 35.7. Brandon.
Oh my God. That's
Dak Prescott on bye. Brees Hall is at an ACL blowout for like 5 weeks now.
35
Deebo
points.
Samuel's on bye. So Matt,
is that the worst score on this app ever?
It's definitely the worst score in our league.
Aren't there penalties for starting players on bye?
Not in this league. That's something we can discuss.
Doesn't he have to get a tattoo or
leagues.
something of like
that player?
Tiffany Michelle or something?
Yeah. So Matt, congrats. I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really to see here, except it was nice to see Cordero Patterson get back in action
on your bench.
Yeah,
but you did the right thing.
Unnecessary, but
man, you had to wait.
Yep.
You had to wait. Cool. All right, Matt moves to 4 and 5 in the year. Brandon moves to 2 and 7. Last game. This was our game of the week in week 9. Jesse Hacksgard versus Jared. When Aaron, Jared, and I were on the podcast last week, Aaron and I picked Jesse to win. Jared picked himself. Jared, you proved us all wrong. Congratulations. Jared moves to 7 and 2 on the year to Hackey's 5 and 4. Jared scored 133 points, top scoring, second place scoring team of week 9. Jesse scoring 116. I was right about a couple of things when we talked about this game last week. Devonta Smith practically laid an egg. Josh Allen and Eckler were the only other real scores, but I was wrong about Devontae Adams. So congratulations, Jared. You yet again established dominance in week 9.
Yeah, so this one it was closer. I felt than the scores lead to going into Sunday night. I mean, Hackey had Kelsey and Lamar left, so 2 players who could easily boom, but they didn't. And I think the toughest part for this one was that Hackey had to endure the full brunt of Jared's bravado, which is enough to make anybody mute the Slack channel. So good on you for getting through the week, Hackey.
All right, Jared moves to 7 and 2 in the year, and Hackey moves to 5 and 4, and that was your week 9. All right, let's move into the side hustles. So Matt, let's jump in to pick them right away, and I will pull up the graphic.
Yeah, pick them. There really wasn't much going on this week. There were no sweats. But Aaron took it down. His second win of the season, putting him in the green there in the graphic. Jesse and I really shit the bed this week, and I got my second 5th place in 2 weeks. So let's bring it down my average. We have 3 people in the green and 2 in the red.
Yeah, I also shit the bed this weekend, but I'm not even in the pick'em.
Aaron, congratulations on winning week 9's pick them with 90 points. I got second. Jared and I tied for second with 70. Hackey at 3rd or 4th with 50, and Matt 5th place with just 40 measly points. With that, let's move into DFS.
Yeah, DFS you took down, and the top 3 scores in DFS scorers had Justin Fields, so that was the pick of the week, I feel like. So you got to play him there. You didn't play him in year long, but you and Aaron were like down to the wire there until the last 2 games, and then you guys have the same pick. So you basically we're gonna take it down. It was a given. I had a chance with Godwin left, but Godwin did not pull through for me. And so you got your third first place finish of the year. I'm still sticking in the green and yellow there. No 4th and 5th places for me.
Yeah, you're up $9 in DFS this year. But I'm coming for your 4 wins. You got 4 ones on there. I'm gonna have 4 maybe next week. Maybe next week. And maybe if I would have actually played in week 8, I wouldn't have had that ugly 5. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the time. Yeah, you didn't play. Whoopsie.
Whoops. All right, set your lineup. And if you don't set your lineup, you can't even go in and look at ours. So that was an issue for last week's pod. I couldn't even see what was going on. But anyway, congratulations, me. I won it, 169. Matt came in second with 159. Salty Ron, 158 in third. Hackey, you're at 149 in fourth. And Jared bringing up the rear with 101 points. All right, now the fun part of the show. Let's jump into week 10, make our predictions, and see what we got.
Can anyone tell me what Aaron Baker's team name is in reference to? We Die Like Men.
I cannot. Do you know, Matt?
I don't. I think I asked him, but then I forgot.
All right, way to
was
go,
it
Aaron.
Against Jansen?
Yeah, that was against Jansen.
Like, man.
Oh, okay.
That's a good dang question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess we all need to update our team names this week.
Jesse, I got to admit, man, it's really cool seeing you change your name this year.
I couldn't figure out how on this fucking godforsaken app, so but I figured it out last second, and probably just leave it like that the rest of the year.
Denim jacket only really works for me, but I appreciate you putting your search history into your team name this week. So that's nice.
Right.
All right, you guys, let's jump into week 10. So in no particular order. Let's start with you, Jesse. We'll go Jesse versus Aaron. This is a game to watch this week. So you guys are both at 6-3. Even line. Aaron projected for 108 right now. Jesse, you're projected for 106. I think that these lineups are set as well. It looks like Aaron put Alan Lazard in. Really close game. This is definitely going to be a great equalizer, but a 2 6-3 records going after it. If I had to pick, as I'm looking at these two, Jesse, are you going to continue to start both of the Bears?
No, hold on. Let me update my lineup right now in real time.
All right.
If I could figure it out.
Well, I mean, take a look at his bench. Saquon's projecting 23 points.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen a running back project 23 points? Like, I don't even remember Christian McCaffrey doing that.
No, I don't think so.
In his prime.
Yeah, that's a lot. They really.
I mean, Jesse with the 3 of the top 7 wide receivers on his team, and
now I'm projected.
Good luck, Aaron.
For 120, and I have to decide whether or not I want to swap out. I mean, I can't bench. I could bench Jefferson against Buffalo, but he's projected for a lot of points. Interestingly. Or I could really just try and double down on the Mahomes thing. But I guess this isn't really the part of a podcast where I ask you guys for advice. It's probably not even part of it's not any part of the podcast.
If you ever tune into the Slack channel, we're happy to do it in there.
But I'm going to project myself to win by just under 12 points.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I see the updated graphic in there as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
So this is the point in the year where we are playing people again. So this is the second time now Aaron and Jesse have fought this year. And the first time they met, Jesse trounced Aaron 160 to 104. So we're back at our rematches.
Good note. I just got the updated graphic here as well, and putting Saquon in the lineup really adjusted these lines. So Jesse, you're now at a 55% chance to win. If I had to pick, I'm going to go with you, Mr. Abramowitz. You picking yourself?
Yes.
All right.
Also, yes.
And that is an accord. Good luck, Aaron. You're going to need it. Next game, we got Jason versus Phil. Phil 4-5 and Jason 3-6. Not so even line. Phil at almost 60% win chance over Jason. Jason's got Damian Harrison on bye right now. Hopefully he changes that and he doesn't find himself in a bench bust and he puts McCaffrey in. I think that'll change this line dramatically. But in general, Phil's looking very strong, pretty much at full power except for Justin Tucker.
Mixon.
Oh,
So
Mixon. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
so he's down a little bit, but I mean, he's got a really good core there. This is definitely my game of the week. Besides my own, I need to beat Jared, and Phil needs to lose to Jason if I'm going to have any chance at playoffs this season. So I'm watching this one for sure. And the last time they went at it, Jason beat Phil 120 to 80.
Wait, what? Jason beat Phil 180? What'd you say?
120 to 80.
Jeez. Okay.
Because in the beginning of the season, Phil's team was like terrible. And it's just coming online now.
Yeah, because he auto drafted like 4 quarterbacks or whatever. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I had to pick between Phil and Jason, wait, what did you say? You need Phil to lose?
I do.
Well, McCaffrey's in. This would actually be pretty close to Christian McCaffrey back in it. I don't think Gabe Davis is going to go off against Minnesota. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm not going to send the juju your way. I'm going to pick Phil for this one.
Yeah, I think it's an easy Phil pick.
Oh, maybe I should trade you
Sadly.
Smith-Schuster.
Jub.
Yeah.
Over here talking
He's
strategy.
got-
Jesse, your pick between Jason and Phil?
Phil.
All right. All in
Yeah.
agreement so far. Our next game, we've got Tony versus Hackey.
Last time they met, Tony beat Hackey 121 to 108.
That was 3 months ago.
That was the first and only win for Tony on the year so far.
Yeah. And since then, Hackey has made about 50 transactions to Tony's maybe 5.
Oh, wait. I have that pulled up here, actually. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. So right now, Tony is projected to win, but once Hackey swaps in, who's his QB going to be? He needs to pick up a QB.
Yep.
And a defense.
That'll change it all up pretty big.
Yeah.
I think this might come down to which running back Detroit decides they want to go with. We got Jamal Williams versus DeAndre Swift here.
I'm leaning Williams. I
am too.
I don't think that Swift's ankle is back. I think he's going to be just mediocre for the rest of the year. If they really knew it was good for him, they would just leave him alone, leave him on the bench until he gets really healthy.
Yeah. I mean, even when he's healthy, I think they're going to stick with Jamal. And Hackey's had a roller coaster of usable RBs like this whole season, so he's been playing the wire to get those.
I pulled it up. So he has 42 total moves compared to Tony's 2 moves so far in the year. So, Jesse, I don't know if you saw it. So a couple of weeks ago, we had Hackey on, and his whole thing was his first time ever playing fantasy. He played 2014. And he picked up Odell Beckham on the waivers before anybody knew who Odell was. And then he won the league that year because he had Odell. And then that league never invited him back. So since then, this is his first time playing since 2014. So he goes hard on the waivers. And that's why, because you never know who's going to be the next Odell.
Yeah.
That league, though, sorry to interrupt, but that league, he won by points for. There was no like playoffs in that league. So it's a little bit different way to play.
That's like winning the AL pennant with the best record in baseball.
So if I had to if I had to pick between Tony and Jesse, I picked Tony last week and I was wrong, but I don't know. I kind of want Tony to win 2 this year, and it would just be kind of funny because he hasn't done anything.
I mean, that would help me a little bit, another person to be closer to my record. Tony, though, hasn't gotten much above 100 points since week 1. So I don't know that I can trust him to do that. I'm picking Hackey.
Yeah, that's a very good point. All right, Jesse, who do you got? Tony versus Hackey?
I'm going to go with Tony. I think Tony's going to pull this one out.
I'm gonna go with Tony as well. Just hope for the best. Hackey, I know you don't take this personally, so we'll see what happens. But good luck to you guys. So Hackey, 5-4 in the year, taking on Tony, 1-8. We'll see where the lineups settle. But right now, Tony is slated for 59% chance to bring it home. Okay, and final game before our game of the week, we got myself versus Brandon, and then we'll jump into our game of the week. So yours truly versus Brandon. Matt, you got some stats on this matchup? I think is Brandon my easiest opponent?
Oh, I didn't really look that up. I was going off of like our, because I don't think they include this year's games
They
in
don't.
that. So that's why I just went with, the last time we met each other, and last time you beat him 100-80.
Right on. The only thing that's an issue for me this week is I have Higgins, Burrow, and Stevenson on bye. I don't think Kyle Pitts is going to do anything. Higgins has been really quiet recently, but I think throwing Brandon Ayuk in there against the Chargers secondary is going to be just fine. I don't really have much to say on myself here, and honestly, I'm hoping that Brandon doesn't change his lineup. I hope he leaves Breece Hall in there.
Yeah.
I hope Debo
he's
doesn't get
gonna-
much playing time.
Breece Hall is double down this week, injured and on bye.
So hopefully that's
double zeros.
But this might be the most set his lineup has been
Yeah,
in a while. Just one,
definitely. Just one zero.
hole.
And still, on paper, it looks really good. You would think that there's no reason that he should be 2-7, except that he just doesn't set things. But maybe Josh Jacobs comes back and just dominates on Indy. It looks like Hawkinson's having some serious work in the Vikings now.
Mhm.
Brown was kind of quiet last week, but we'll see. This one might just sneak up on me. Who really knows? I don't want to pick myself because of the juju, but if I really am looking at the numbers, I guess I would pick myself.
How dare you?
Who do you got? Jesse, who are you picking?
I think you're gonna win, but I'm rooting against you.
Thank you. All right. That helps. Matt?
I'm picking Kyle.
All right.
Yeah, I think we skipped over me and Jared.
Oh, your guys are game of the week, so we're doing you guys last.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, and with that, let's move into our final matchup of week 10. We got the game of the week. We got old Matt McGregor versus Jerry Maidenwald. Jared 7-2 on the year, Matt 4-5 on the year. Matt facing what, elimination? If you lose this game?
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes it really hard, the path forward. I have a decently okay schedule moving forward, but Phil's really coming on, and it's basically like there's a race between me and Phil and maybe Hackey if he loses this week for who's gonna be the bubble boy for the playoffs. Jared and I, last time we met, it was a close one, 110-109, and I won. I don't see that happening this week. I'm not really hopeful unless Jared has one of his off weeks. He has had 4 so far where he's only around 100 points, but I guess I can hope that Josh Allen's injury is, something and he doesn't go crazy.
I can't believe he's not hurt. I thought
there's something there. I don't think he's 100%.
Yeah, they're saying something was with his elbow, which the only thing that might not play in your favor is that he'll run more, which he might.
Oh yeah, that would suck. That could suck.
He might, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he's gonna need
I'm currently benching my top 3 draft picks right now, so that's how my season's going.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, and isn't Jonathan Taylor hurt again?
I think he might play this week, and Aaron Jones got hurt last week, and he's supposed to be playing, but I just don't. Can I trust him?
yeah, I have Aaron Jones in another league, and he's Green Bay is looking shitty.
They're so bad this year. Yeah, all right. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Jared.
Picking Jared.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Matt.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yeah, I just I think some of these nagging injuries are gonna catch up with Jared, and I think that Devonta is gonna have a real dud.
I mean, Jared tends to have really terrible luck in this league, and this year he has not been. So if we regress to the mean this week, I wouldn't be, sad.
Yeah, maybe it takes 10 weeks for Jared to have bad luck. Maybe his reign of terror is coming to an end, but who knows? I know that his lineup isn't set here yet too, because he's definitely going to put Chubb in the lineup. you
I feel like
know,
my dog's licking her butt.
Ginger.
Ginger, you need to make poopies?
Ginger, not on the pod.
Ginger, you need to go outside. You want to be on the floor? She's been a real bitch lately.
So this Jared Matt
Yeah.
match, it made me look back in our history and like I'd heard somewhere that, you know, if having first pick gives you like a very slight statistical advantage to being the champion of the league, right? But I was like wondering if that was the case for like the past handful of years, because I just remember all of the first picks like sucking for various reasons. And Jonathan Taylor this year for me is shit. In 2021, Jared picked CMC, who got injured, and Jared finished in 9th place. 2020 or 2020, Phil picked CMC. He was injured and crap, and Phil finished 7th. 2019, Aaron had Saquon, who got injured early, and he was okay throughout the season, but Aaron finished 5th. And then 2018, Le'Veon Bell, Aaron picked him first pick, and he was in that contract holdout, and Aaron finished 6th. So I don't know if picking first is as, you know, great as everybody feels like when they get it.
Man, that is very interesting. And for a while there, it felt like it, because what your second pick was Mark Andrews this year?
Well, it was, I mean, because since it's on the turn, it's Aaron Jones and Mark Andrews. Like, it's a toss up which one is my second pick, really. But yeah.
And what was it
Feeling.
set to at the beginning? As far as
What
like
was
the
what?
standings. What, because after the draft, what was your
Oh, like our starting projections.
where were you?
Um,
On draft day, Brandon set a lineup. On draft day, you were the top rated team.
yep,
And
I've dropped 7 spots.
you fall to 7th. Jesse, you've kind of always been, you haven't really moved much. You had a great draft, and now you're still seated in 3rd. And you were in 3rd after draft day as well.
I'm 6-3 in every fantasy football league that I'm in.
And you're quietly, not knowing anything that's going on, but somehow still managed to be 6-3 in all your leagues.
Yeah, I don't even look at the names. I just look at the numbers.
That's what's up.
I don't have red zone right now, and I live in North Carolina.
I just stream it on NFL Bite. That's how I watch Red Zone right now. All right. I'm wondering if I should be saying that on the podcast or not now that I've decided to make these public, but whatever. Nobody's going to watch this except for the 6 people that do watch it in our league. Okay, with that, you guys, let's finish.
I'm going to downvote it.
Downvote the only episode that you're in.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Would you do this again?
No.
Awesome.
I didn't even want to do it tonight. I said okay, and I forgot.
Well, thanks for being here, buddy. It's good to have you here. And yeah, so like you guys heard, he's not going to do it again. So enjoy this while it lasts.
I mean, maybe, who knows? Like, you catch me at my computer on a good night. Ginger's licking her butt. I might be available.
Cool.
But no, it's just maybe like come playoffs, something like that.
Okay. Well, we'll keep in touch. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So here is a look at the final standings going into week 10. We got Jared and myself tied for first, both at 7-2. Jesse and Aaron are 6-3. Hackey, you're the only 5-4 record. Phil and Matt, you guys are at 4-5. Jason is at 3-6. Brandon 2-7, and Tony bringing up the rear with a losing streak of 8 at 1-8. The longest win streak on the board is Aaron's. He's won the last 4 in a row, and Phil has won the last 3 in a row. So that's where we're seated. Whatever. It's a weird show tonight, but I'm a little I think I'm a little out of sorts after the steam room. All right, guys. Am I missing anything else?
You went to a steam room?
What?
What, like in a gym?
I did, yeah. Well, technically it was a sauna because the steam room is out,
A
but
gay gym?
not a gay gym. There is one of those here in Dallas, though. Like a pay by the hour kind of place. So have not gone to that one. I went to a Y.
Nice. And how often do you go to the steam room?
I try to at least every day. 5 days a
Oh,
week.
wow.
Every day. Wow.
So
Yeah.
there's like dudes in there that are like regulars, and you guys like know each other by names and first
Oh,
name now.
I don't talk to anybody. No, no, no,
No, you
no.
don't have to talk. Just
You don't have to
look.
talk.
The looks say everything.
I kind of
I thought
sit
there
there.
was some kind of like studies out there about doing it like for half an hour twice a week or something like that.
There
You go
is.
every day though.
Well, Andrew Huberman put out a podcast about that. There's a ton of science behind it. If you go twice a week and you do 30 minutes each time, it's really good for you. But if you do you can do up to 20 several times a week, and it has like a slightly different effect, but it's still really good for you. But I do like steam room for like 20 minutes, sometimes 30, and then I go into an extremely cold shower immediately, and I don't know, it feels awesome. Good for the
That's
endorphins and that stuff.
interesting. That's very European of you. They like to do the cold, the hot and the cold thing.
Do you know
I
Andrew Huberman at all? Have you heard of that name?
no, no. Is that one? Is that like a Tim Ferriss person?
Kinda. He's like a Sanford clinical doctor or something like that, but he puts out a bunch of like the science behind like, oh, this is what your body does when you do the steam room, and he's got a bunch of stuff around it, and
Mhm.
it's really, really good. It's really, really good for you. So, but I guess if you
Yeah.
go 30 times or for 30 minutes twice a week, and then you do like a cold shower for 3 to 4 minutes afterwards, it's supposed to help boost testosterone. And then if you do like 5 to 15 minutes, 5 times a week or whatever, it boosts endorphins and helps stabilize cortisol and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to get into it. He's got like an hour
This
and a
is
half
what
long.
this is what Dr. Oz said.
This is what an Instagram doctor that I follow said.
Yeah, that's cool. Anecdotally, I know a guy. One of the fittest guys I know here. Badminton champion, cross country bike rider. He does the cold pool and then he jumps into like the hot tub, like the cold and the hot thing. I keep saying I know him. I knew him. He died. He had a heart attack and he drowned in the hot tub here. Fittest guy in the entire community. But he always did like cold laps out in the pool and then would jump into the hot tub and hold his breath. And he's dead. Died in the hot tub here at the pool.
Did he like pass out in the hot tub?
Yeah, he just like lost consciousness.
Wow. That
Do they
is
have to close down the pool like when somebody poops in it?
Yeah, it was closed for a couple of days, and we're like, I'm like, which old fart bit the dust? And it was like the guy who cycled across the country and like super fit. And it's like, oh, okay, cool,
Wow.
cool.
that is crazy. Wow. Yeah, but he was all about it until that happened, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, he's not all about it anymore. No.
Yeah. No, there's something about putting your body through the extreme heat and then the cold right afterwards, or vice versa. It does a lot for your immune system and stuff. I don't know all the details behind it, but I know it feels good, and I chill out a lot afterwards. So, but I am in kind of like a daze. So normally I do it after this show, but today you got it before. All right, you guys. Thanks for that anecdote about the fittest guy at your gym there, Jesse. That was nice. Good way to end the show.
No, in the neighborhood here.
Oh, in the neighborhood. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, Jesse, thanks for being on. Happy to have you here, man.
Yeah, it was, anytime this time.
Anytime this time.
Anytime this time. I'm already here. Thanks for me being here.
It's been a pleasure.
And
Don't forget to downvote and unsubscribe.
don't follow, don't even watch. Don't even.
Hey, do you guys watch that movie on HBO Max? The Barbarian.
No.
No.
It's fucking crazy. You should watch it after this. It's on HBO.
I wrote that down. I watched the rehearsal and it blew my mind, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Duh.
I've also since learned how to spell that. Cool. All right, you guys.
Right.
Thanks for being on. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday. For Matt and Jesse, I'm Kyle. We'll see you soon.
Thanks. Oh, hey, Kyle, I forgot. We forgot to talk about cereal. So like the cereal that I really like is the generic version of Honey Bunches of Oats, and I just kind of figured that at this point you could cut off the podcast.
I thought you were going to talk about Adnan getting a new court case / getting.
Oh no!
Yeah, I saw that was out.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
like apparently maybe he didn't kill Ho Chi Minh Lee.
When I
Huh.
got to, that was the first podcast I ever got into, and I remember thinking the whole time like he didn't do this, you know, like it just felt like I'm like I don't think he killed her.
He definitely fucking did it. He just got a raw deal.
You think so? You think he did it?
Fuck yeah, he did it.
Hmm.
Think about this. He didn't text her once after she went missing. He would text her all the time, like blah 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 blah, and then like he kills her, and he doesn't think ahead. Like maybe I should be like, hey, where are you? They say you're missing. Like,
Yeah, that's I
Right.
forget that I haven't listened to it I guess since like 2015 or something.
And that
That's
was my first podcast. I don't know how many.
it's
I wonder
like
how many people's first podcast that was.
yeah, that was definitely one of the. That was like the podcast that got everyone all like the mainstream into podcasts. If you weren't already listening to whatever the fuck was available then.
Yeah, it got me into it. Yeah.
Well, shit, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta get a kid to bed. So,
Cool.
Yeah, I gotta take this dog out before she donkeys all over the floor.
all right.
Cool. Thanks you guys.